Hi everyone, and welcome to video procedure VP051, accessing and walking through the Rouse Industries customer portal. So I'm going to show you guys how to access the portal and what information you can find inside of it right now by simply going to rouseindustries.com. You'll see the website. Over on the right hand side you'll see a login. You're going to click it and you're going to log in. Now, for those of you who don't have or don't know their password, you need to get a hold of us at Rouse Industries or have your office get a hold of us. We'll issue you out a password. It will give you access to the information you see here. Everybody should have it. If you're a Rouse Industries user, you will get access to it as long as you ask for it. We'll send it out to you. We just need an email address and a password that you need to use or want to use. So inside the page you'll see we have a simple dashboard. What you need to know is all along here on the left hand side of the tab. So everybody's going back to work. We're done this big bad oil field slump, or it would seem, and people are starting up rigs for the first time in the last 10 months, and they're going over the checklists and they're making adjustments and they're getting their fluids, and there's a lot of things people are phoning and asking about that can be addressed right here. So I want to take you into our parts identification page, which is probably the most important for you guys as end users. You're going to come in here and you're going to select the family of transmission you have. Now, MPD 2.1 is the 2-speed transmission. It's by far the most popular transmission in the marketplace today. If you have a 1300 horsepower pump engine or anything newer than 2010, this is what you have. You're going to click on it. You're going to come in. It's going to have a list of items that you need to know. We got the manuals here. We have electrical breakdown here, parts identification breakdown, and approved fluids, as well as some other stuff. A lot of the questions I get is, what oil do we use with these things? Really simple. We got one oil that we approve. It's the only oil that we found that accomplishes all of our goals. It's the CAT TDTO TMS oil. It reduces the hydraulic drag at low temperatures. It still has good shielding characteristics at high temperatures. This is the only oil that you're going to get from us that we will stand behind and approve. If you want to use something else, use it at your own discretion, at your own risk, and understand that a lot of the problems you may have will be as a result of the oil. This can be purchased from any CAT store, as well as from Southern Industrial or Rigworks if you're in Alberta. We have it in 20-liter pails, so it's nice and convenient. If you are in somewhere a little bit more remote in northern Alberta or out in Manitoba, any CAT store, any CAT rental store, Finning, Toromont, previously Kramer, all carry this stuff and can be purchased pretty much everywhere. Parts breakdown. So we're going to click in here and you're going to get a breakdown of all the different subsystems on the unit. Now, for the most part, everybody wants to know about the hydraulic circuit. So you click on the hydraulic manifold there and you have the drill down. You have the interactive bill of materials off to the right hand side. You're going to be able to scroll over and see what items you're looking at. Lots of people looking at pressure sensors, at relief valves, the RPV engagement valves. All this stuff can be identified right here. This is the part number and this is the item. We have the associated service procedures for the manifold here as well. So when you're adjusting your main pressure to be ready to go to work, this is the link you would click. As you can see, it's just got a simple description of what you need to do and how you need to do it. Oops, sorry about that. Clicking back. We also have this little more info tab, which is going to be important for a lot of you. You're going to click. It helps identify what sensor and what valve is for what circuit, as well as which test ports test those circuits. When you're phoning us and you need help over the phone to either diagnose a problem or walk through an issue you're having, it's important that you know what items do what. So when we're asking you to check your lube circuit port or your high clutch test port, you're clicking on the right thing. The next page down, same thing. It just has the operating parameters of each one of those items. So there's the resistance of the engagement valve. We have the operating pressure of the lube test port or the lube circuit. We have the pressure you want to have your unit set at idle, at temperature. So all this information is here. As well, on the last page you get a simple hydraulic circuit schematic, which is less applicable to you guys, but definitely this range and parameters, as well as the warnings, shutdown schedules, and item identification is really important. We're going to back up. We've got filters. Your filter option, notice these filter heads are directional. Be aware of that in the event that you break one and you need to replace it. They have been put on backwards by people in the past. Lube pump, all this information for the coupling, for the seals, all that stuff is right here. The lubrication schedule is here for the unit as well, so if you're ever questioning the lube pump and you get a flow meter on there, you can see your engine speeds listed. This should be your pump speed and therefore the GPM of fluid you have running through that pump. Like I said, if you're ever questioning your pump, that's what you can check it against. Cooling systems, some of you have AC coolers, some of you have 24 volt E-fan coolers, depending on the cooler group you have. You can click on, get a little bit more information, as well as see the cooler circuit. A lot of times, especially with the AC cooler options, we get guys phoning and asking, you know, why isn't my cooler turning on? A lot of times that has to do with this part of the equation, which is actually the high voltage side. So from the Rouse Industries point of view, we have this 12-pin Deutz connector in the harness. The electrical group, whatever electrical group was used when the rig was put together, will have taken that output signal that we have here, brought it into a relay to close your contactor for cooler. If you don't have a cooler functioning, it's more than likely this relay that's giving you grief, and there's ways to test that. Coupling, gaskets, rear seal, components, all of that's right here and available for you. I'm going to go back to this main page. We have procedures and protocols. You click on that, you'll see a whole bunch of different service procedures for doing a bunch of different items. We have locking disc removal and install, so that's the locking disc for taking the sheave off the back of the output shaft. We got static clutch tests. We have rear seal removal install. As you can see, these are all just step-by-step instructions on how to do the different things you may need to do on your unit. Troubleshooting. This is dedicated to the MPD2 again, or MPD 2.1. Again, that is the most common unit we have out there, and it's the one with a little bit more complicated system. So this is the troubleshooting information. These are your symptoms. If you have one of these symptoms, click your link, follow the steps through. Make sure you have your information available so that if you need to call us, you know you have a lot of these items already checked and ready to give us for information so we can actually help you. A lot of times we have people phone, they haven't really done anything yet, they don't know anything. It just makes the process very slow to walk them through getting help. Customer manuals, if you don't have your manual at the rig, because maybe you weren't the push on this rig last time, this is where you can find it. As you'll notice, there's some different manuals depending on the engine type. That's more about the different associated control systems. We got screen navigation, we got service manuals for MPD1, MPD 2.0, as well as all the 2.1s. We got the iScreen, or iCan screen navigation manual. That's the smaller screen, depending on the hydraulics group type you have, or controls group type you have, I'm sorry. And then just a simple warranty statement, similar to any of the engine manufacturers, just a statement about warranty. So that is the gist of it. This is where you need to get your information from. If you don't have access to these sites, please get a hold of us at Rouse Industries. You can ask for Dustin. He will get you a password, he will get you a user login, and if you're having any troubles with that, like I said, just get a hold of us. Thank you.